This is Pete Bennett, now reporting. I'm going to change my phrase a little bit here. Pete Bennett, now reporting from Walnut Creek, California, at the site of the old McDonald's. And behind me is a rendition of the replacement of McDonald's. Now, some of you may not know it, but some of us still like McDonald's. Not every day, but once in a while it's nice to have something that tastes familiar. And this is a troublesome location, and there's the old McDonald's right there. And I'm going to turn a little bit so you understand the gravity well. Where that green awning is behind me, do the little, I'm getting better at this, do the weatherman pitch here. We have Krogan's, and across the street we have Chili's, the old Chili's in Walnut Creek. And there was a murder on that corner in August of 2016, a guy named Courtney Brown. And Mr. Brown lost his life at about 2 o'clock in the morning when somebody came out and gunned him down in the middle of the crowd. I was around the corner, and I'm homeless, and I can make no bones about it. I've had all my assets taken, and my definition of my sons, they were kidnapped by police officers of the former Walnut Creek Department, not police department, not the current one. There's a lot of things that have happened around here that went by a lot of noses. So, murder there, and then Krogan's over here is owned by Garo Kiasian, who I've known for 40 years. And Garo happens to own that building over there. And I'm going to kind of make an analysis of it, but they drove Krogan's out of business. And I stood up on September, 2016, I think it was, I don't know, it was at the deemed appropriate hearing. I'll publish that. And I said, this company is being targeted. I've known these people for 40 years. This is not what this is wrong. I said they're being driven out of business. And, you know, the city and the police department, they have to wait. They have to wait for something to happen before they can actually do something. And I'm the guy that was sitting here in the sidelines and watching. Now I'm going to go cut. Okay. So I'm going to bring up something here because I think this sign is public parking, the tow monsters of Walnut Creek. Boy, am I pissed about this, because they took my $7,000 truck and towed it, and then they told me I couldn't get it back because I didn't have a driver's license. I didn't have a driver's license because of Judge Joel Golub, former resident of Danville. Children go to Green Valley Elementary School where the children are being killed. And his brother is Howard V. Golub, formerly of PG&E. And between the two of them, they used their influence, power, and fined the hell out of me to the point where I ended up homeless. And I'm waiting, and this just drags on and drags on and drags on. So we're going to tell you a few things about what happened here. This is the old door to McDonald's. A lot of you guys know this. It was here for over 40 years. When I got here in 1978, you know, hey, McDonald's, fantastic. So, you know, they're in the pre-sale mode, and I'm going to send this video to the CEO of Transwestern. And behind me is where the tables are, right here. And it looks like Newmark Knight once had the contract, and now their signs are inside the building. Let's see if it's the same phone number. Nope. Anyways, here's my opinion, and I don't care what they say, and they can come knock on my door, and I'll tell them how I had people inside this restaurant scratching the word goner on the toilet seat, coming in with weird people and playing musical chairs. I played possum. I did it for years. While they were harassing and stalking me, they were actually being observed by the FBI and the State Attorney General's office and investigators. If you go look at the Walnut Creek Confidential Police Unit, I'll put it on it's on my blog already, and I'm coming out. They had probably a dozen officers on the ground undercover based on some of the parts of my story, including the hit and run that destroyed my car, and while I was working for PG&E. And I'm going to go rephrase what I went through with my stolen laptop. We're going to call the laptop theft, and those guys that took it, that probably are watching this video, you guys took a laptop that could kill 1 million people in the wrong hands. So you probably stole it for somebody else, and then you sold it for money, and then you came after me. I'm still alive, and you tried to kill me, and I'm going to tell that to Transwestern. I'm going to let them know that the people near me have been trying to kill me. So here's a view of the Walnut Creek McDonald's, and over there somebody broke into my truck and stole my keys, and I was promised by Chief Joel Bryden and witnessed by Ken Nordiff, who I've got a very neutral position on at this point. They came after me, and they took ticketed my truck, stole my keys from inside, which was my mistake to leave them inside the car. But that night before, I had broken the fob, and somebody took advantage of it, got into the car, stole my keys, and I ended up having to spend like $400 to get the keys replaced. It was a fucking nightmare. I can use the F word because I'm mad. So the cameras, which you're probably not going to see very much with this inside the building, probably nothing at all really. Up, you can see the counters behind me. So there's some cameras that face this. There's a set of chairs in here, and I've got pictures from inside here. And every week or two, this well-spoken black man came by, and he got the tapes. And so all this monkey business that went on in there with me and others, probably designed to drive McDonald's out of business so we could build another building. So I know enough about this that I can definitively tell you that there's probably a racketeering case around what I'm saying. And people have died, and it's expanded beyond belief. And nobody knows, and I'm coming out. And welcome to Walnut Creek.